Vernon Tate breathed a sigh of relief. He sized up Levi mockingly. So, your friend is jobless, Chloe. I do have a security guard position available in my company. I will offer him $6,000 a month because he's your friend. His physique is perfect for the job. What do you say? Levi ignored him. He apologized to Chloe. I am sorry to have interrupted your blind date. Chloe shook her head. That's all right. Did something happen? I am buying a house for an uncle and aunt of mine. So I came to you. Levi said. Oh, I see. I didn't know you have an uncle and aunt looking for a house? Vernon and Larry sneered. A house? I guess Levi can at most afford the tiniest apartment in this city. Any place over $2 million will be impossible in his case. From Theodore and Susie's perspective, they thought Levi was looking for Chloe because he wanted a special offer. Chloe is a manager, so she has the authority to give out special discounts. There has been plenty of people looking for her to buy a house in the last few years because of this reason alone. Those people can save up to a few $100,000 at times because of Chloe. Levi must be here for the special offer. I understand now. You are not satisfied with just Bayview Garden, I suppose? Chloe was an experienced sales agent. She figured out Levi's intention after listening to him. He is looking for a villa. Otherwise, he could have directly purchased a house at the Bayview Garden Real Estate Agency. Yes. Levi nodded. I do have a few properties that might interest you. I will bring you to our company now. Chloe then turned to look at the people seated around the table. Uncle Larry, Aunt, I will be back soon. I have to handle this matter now. Larry got up from his seat and suggested with a smile. Why don't we accompany you? We can take a look at your workplace as well. What do you say? Let us join you, Chloe. Vernon sounded excited. Then he glanced at Levi tauntingly. Chloe did not agree to their request immediately. Instead, she turned to look at Levi as a gesture to seek his opinion. Levi nodded. Sure. Let's go together. All right. We will go together then. Vernon paid for the bill before exiting the restaurant. He said nonchalantly with the receipt in his hand. A meal for 6 people that costs less than $5,000. This is cheap. Theodore added cheerfully. You must have luxurious meals even on normal days to consider this as a cheap meal, Vernon. Vernon glanced at Levi before he replied. Indeed. I spend at least $2,000 for every meal because of my work. Chloe's parents could not be fonder of Vernon. Chloe said to Levi when they arrived at the underground parking lot. I will fetch you there. Okay. No problem. You are more familiar with the destination anyway. In the end, Chloe fetched her parents and Levi, while Vernon brought his parents as they headed towards their destination. They were almost at the suburbs after driving continuously for over an hour. Vernon and his father scoffed. We are almost at the suburbs now. I am afraid he is going to buy a house in the village. Vernon's mother added. He should consider himself lucky to be able to afford a house. But half an hour later, Chloe's car came to a halt in front of a villa area. Why are we here, Chloe? I thought your friend is going to buy a house? Vernon asked curiously after getting out of his car. Chloe looked at him in astonishment. We are here to buy a villa. Silence filled the air following Chloe's explanation. Everyone was astounded as they looked at Levi and Chloe in disbelief. Villa? Vernon asked with a shaky voice. That's right. If we are talking about a normal house or flat, Bayview Garden will have served the purpose. Chloe said. Larry Tate and his son were flabbergasted. Our family can barely afford a house in Bayview Garden, not to mention the villas owned by Bayview Garden Real Estate. These villas cost at least $30 million to over $100 million. Can Levi Garrison really afford a villa? We don't believe this. Even Theodore Macy and his wife were doubtful. We are relatively familiar with Levi Garrison's current condition. He certainly can't afford a villa. He is no longer the billionaire he was 6 years ago. Just as they were pondering about Levi's current situation, a group of people rushed out from the villa area. Chloe's parents recognized the man leading the group of people. He was Bayview Garden Real Estate's boss, Jim Spencer, as well as Chloe's superior. They met with him once during the annual general meeting. Jim Spencer walked forward hastily in Levi's direction and greeted him excitedly. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Garrison. You could have informed me before your arrival. It is my duty to welcome you in person. Welcome, Mr. Garrison. All the staff working under Bayview Garden Real Estate lined up in 2 neat rows to welcome Levi. They even prepared a red carpet and flower petals to celebrate his advent. Vernon, Larry, and the others were stupefied. What is with this grandiose formation? Theodore and Susie on the other hand started to see Levi in a different light. Levi said casually. There's no need to go through all the trouble. I am only here to purchase a villa. Levi's words took Larry and his family by surprise. Theodore questioned his daughter to confirm the thought in his mind. Did he buy a house from you previously? Yes. He bought the most expensive unit in Bayview Garden and paid the $50 million in cash. He is now the VVIP of Bayview Garden Real Estate. Chloe explained. Her parents nearly passed out from the shock. This is crazy. He paid $50 million in cash? Please follow me, Mr. Garrison. Jim led Levi into the sales center in person. The sales center was embellished with champagne and decorations in preparation to celebrate Levi's purchase. May I know what kind of villa are you looking for, Mr. Garrison? Jim asked. The most expensive one. Levi answered without any hesitation. I will make it up to Morris by treating his parents well from now on. Buying them the most expensive villa is the least I can do. Levi's nonchalant request frightened the Tate family members. Even if we combine all of our assets, they are not worth even $100 million, yet Levi is here casually acquiring a villa worth more than our family's net worth. Their faces reddened in embarrassment when they thought of the insults they threw in Levi's face earlier. Perhaps we are just some clowns in his eyes, making a fool out of ourselves. Please follow me, Mr. Garrison. This is the most expensive villa we have. The price is $120 million, but we will provide you with a $20 million discount. The size of this villa is, Jim began to explain the details of the villa. Okay. That's good. I want to move in tonight. Can you handle the rest for me? Levi asked. Absolutely. We will also provide you with 3 housekeepers, a butler, a van, and a chauffeur. Jim offered. In the end, Levi paid for the $100 million villa in full amount using his card while everyone stared at him. Then Levi pointed at Chloe and said, She is my agent. The commission belongs to her. Please be rest assured, Mr. Garrison. I understand what you mean. Jim smiled. Chloe did not know how she should respond to the turn of events. I can receive at least a $50 million commission from this sale alone. But I did practically nothing. Chloe's parents now realized Vernon's success was actually nothing to be amazed by. Their family's wealth was insignificant either. Larry, let's discuss our children's matter another day. Theodore said mercilessly. Huh? But, Larry and his family were left rooted to their spot dumbfoundedly while Chloe and her family left swiftly. Levi brought the Atkinsons to the new villa in the night. Please stay here from now on. I will take good care of you in Morris' stead. Levi finally felt at ease after he was done arranging his godparents' accommodation. Meanwhile, the Garrison family was keeping track of Levi's movements as usual. Brian Garrison sneered. Levi bought a house for Morris' parents and even vowed to avenge Morris' death. Humph. He is just a piece of trash. I doubt he will ever find out the truth behind Morris's death, much less carrying out any revenge. Victoria responded disdainfully. Is the Lopez family aware of this matter? Brian, I want you to inform them immediately. I want them to be present as well 5 days later. I want the Lopez family to see with their own eyes as I torment Levi. I can finally avenge Ashton after so long. Jacob spoke coldly. Brian Garrison's arrival at the Lopez family scared Harry and the others. Members of the Lopez family were fearful after they were made aware of the gathering at the cemetery. Brian threatened them. I will wipe out the entire Lopez family if I do not see all of you there 5 days later. Please be rest assured, Mr. Garrison. We will definitely be there. Harry Lopez's legs wobbled. It was only until Brian left that Harry unleashed his anger. Levi is really a curse. Why must he go and offend the Garrison family? Now he has invited trouble for our family too. I'm going to kill him. Let's go to Aaron's house now. Harry brought everyone to Aaron's place. He asked Aaron to summon Zoe and Levi as well. Levi and Zoe saw a lot of cars parked outside the house when they arrived. They were startled to see the crowd inside the house. Every member of the Lopez family was there. You are a bastard, Levi. You're the cause of the Lopez family's demise. Aaron rebuked Levi the moment he walked through the door. Everyone else started hurling abuse at him too. Zoe shifted her gaze onto Levi incredulously after she knew about the whole story. She sniffled. I told you not to provoke the Garrison family. Why did you not listen to me? I know you want to avenge Morris, but have you ever thought about us? Have you ever thought about me? Levi was interrupted the moment he started to speak. No. You never thought about anything from my perspective. You always do as you please. Now you have completely offended the Garrison family and involved my family in this mess. The Lopez family will cease to exist in Northampton if the Garrison family is dissatisfied with us. Our lives are all in danger now. Do you want to drive me to my death before you are contented? Zoe was tear-stricken. Levi did not explain. They will not listen to anything I say anyway. What should we do now? Aaron panicked. There is only one way to resolve this, Harry voiced out. Zoe must divorce him. Cutting all ties with Levi Garrison is the only way to secure ourselves now. Samuel and Sean agreed to the proposal. That's right. They must get a divorce. This is the only method to protect our family now. Although Aaron and his wife were mistreated by the Lopez family all along, they took their side in that argument. Aaron said coldly, "Deal with your own mess. Do not trouble us. We agree for the both of you to get a divorce as well." Caitlin nodded in agreement. That's right. I thought we would be able to live peacefully. But you had to stir up this mess. You no longer have the right to stay in the Lopez family. Everyone firmly requested for Zoe to divorce Levi. They did not want him to stay a second longer in the family. Levi could not care less about the outsider's opinion. He only wanted to know Zoe's stance. Levi looked at Zoe and asked her, "What do you think?" "I will respect your decision." Levi would not oppose Zoe's wish if she desired to divorce him. "To be honest, you have disappointed me greatly. You gave up a peaceful life to deliberately provoke the Garrison family. This is no longer a problem revolving around yourself because the Lopez family is now involved as well. The Garrison family can crush our family effortlessly if they wish to." Zoe expressed her thought harshly. Harry and the others were satisfied with what Zoe had said. Zoe will divorce Levi if she's blaming him now. In this way, our family will escape this predicament unscathed. Can you please take into consideration others' points of view before you do anything in the future? To prevent dragging my family into this mess, I have decided. Levi shut his eyes as he awaited Zoe's judgment. It seems like she wants a divorce, after all. I will leave the Lopez family and sever all my ties with all of you. I choose to stay by my husband's side and weather through every hardship together. Zoe took a step forward and stood next to Levi. Levi fell into a daze as he processed Zoe's words in his mind. He was overjoyed. She is indeed my wife. Everyone else inside the house was bewildered by Zoe's announcement. Aaron and Caitlin shouted simultaneously. "What do you think you are doing, Zoe Lopez? You must get a divorce." "Divorce him?" Zoe shook her head. "No. I will not get a divorce. Why would I wait for him for 6 years if I wanted a divorce? Grandpa, if you desire to cut off all ties with Levi, then please banish me from the family." Harry was reluctant to make the final call because Zoe was her granddaughter at the end of the day. Moreover, she was handling a large project with high returns at that moment. "Hurry up and make the official statement, Grandpa. We can safeguard the Lopez family by sacrificing her alone," Samuel urged. Other members of the family convinced Harry as well. Aaron and Caitlin had no other choice but to stand aside and watch on helplessly. Levi's voice was heard just as Harry was about to speak. "Do you believe in me? I will settle this matter without causing any trouble to the Lopez family. But I will only do so if you promise not to banish Zoe from the family." "No one will believe you. Where did you find the confidence to utter those words? Even Zoe is disappointed in you, not to mention us." Levi's statement triggered a wave of dissatisfaction to erupt among the members of the Lopez family. At that moment, Zoe was doubtful as well. So she did not expect anyone else to have faith in Levi. Harry Lopez glanced at Levi and Zoe in an unforgiving manner before he announced, "I have decided to banish Zoe Lopez from the Lopez family. From now on, she will have no relationship whatsoever with the Lopez family. I will clarify this situation with the Garrison family and make a public declaration as well. We are no longer related to the both of you from now on. You will have to settle your own mess." Aaron and Caitlin looked at Levi disappointingly. They insulted him angrily. "You are just a piece of useless trash. You are not even capable of protecting your own wife. How can you stay indifferent after your wife is banished from her family? How can you call yourself a man?" Levi merely held Zoe's hand and left. He glanced at everyone else before exiting the house. "All of you will regret the decision you have made today." "Humph. Regret? Impossible." Everyone sneered. The news of Zoe's banishment was quickly spread all over Northampton. Everyone knew Zoe because of Levi, so the news became a sensation in no time. Brian Garrison laughed out loud after hearing the news from Harry Lopez himself. "Ha ha. This is great. Even the Lopez family cut ties with him. Levi is truly all alone now. Humph. Just you wait, Levi. Nuve will ditch you too. I will see what you can do by that time. Go to hell, Levi. Coincidentally, we can bury you next to your best friend in that cemetery. Everyone in the Garrison family was pleased. In their opinion, Levi would be doomed after a few days. Levi said with a smile after they arrived home. You do believe in me, Zoe. No. I don't. I don't think you have the capabilities to settle this matter. But I promise to stay by your side for the rest of our lives during the birthday banquet the other night. So I will tough through everything with you. Zoe explained solemnly. Levi grinned. I am getting more excited now that the time limit I gave the Garrison family is coming to an end. That night, Azure Dragon suddenly messaged Levi, I have found out the truth behind Morris Atkinson's death. Someone filmed the entire process before he died. Levi straightened himself in a jerk when he saw the message. His sudden movement startled Zoe. I am heading out for a while. Levi left in a hurry. Azure Dragon was waiting for him in an SUV when Levi reached the Bayview Garden neighborhood's entrance. Azure Dragon began explaining after Levi got into the car. Sir, Mr. Morris managed the company well after your imprisonment 6 years ago. He made the appropriate arrangements to prevent the Garrison family from taking over Levi Group. Levi knew well of Morris' abilities. He was a business prodigy. He was adept at manipulating the rules and regulations to his advantage. The Garrison family wanted to get rid of Mr. Morris because he interfered with their plans. So they laid a series of traps for him and faked evidence to frame him. Embezzlement was one of their tricks. Mr. Morris' bank account was top up with $1 billion a day before your wedding. A few houses were suddenly registered under his name as well, with women living in those houses. Those women were the mistresses reported by the news. They faked plenty of evidence to falsify crimes against Mr. Morris. The Garrison family even included charges of corruption against Mr. Rowan. Levi finally understood that the Garrison family had been planning the scheme for a long time after listening to Azure Dragon's detailed report. They wanted to eliminate me, as well as my most loyal subordinates. I have already sent people to look for the 4 mistresses I mentioned. They are in transit as we speak. Azure Dragon added. Levi met with his eyes. Then where are we going now? We are going to Queen Private Investigator Agency. This agency has been active for years. They are skilled in digging dark secrets from the past. They possess a lot of dirty secrets of wealthy people and celebrities in Northampton. Coincidentally, someone from the agency filmed Mr. Morris' death scene. Azure Dragon elaborated. Okay. Let's go and have a look at the evidence at Queen Private Investigator Agency.